Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Guild. This is a place where we chat about what we've been playing and what we're planning in the world of TTRPGs. I'm GM Age, the creator of the Age of Adventure RPG, and in this episode I'm joined by...
Dwight, aka Kersus.
I thought I'd just throw you in that. It's pretty cruel, isn't it?
Into the deep end, eh?
I just literally dropped you in it. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Things
Good.
are well here. We're in the spring.
You're in spring and I'm in autumn, but everything is nice. I like it cooler. I'm a cool person. I'm not a cool person, I brag, but I like it cooler, and I prefer the cloud to too much heat. What about you?
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. I'm not a big, super hot fan of the heat. No, I'm actually a huge fan of our winters here, so I love winter.
Yeah, I've seen some of your pictures of winter, and I don't know how you could love winter, but you know, I'm only on the outside looking into your world. Looks quite scary.
Yeah.
I
could see that. But when you grow up in it, it's fun.
Yeah, I love to I think of things like starting your car, driving on a slippery road. I think of stuff like that. Heavy snow on your roof. I don't know, it just sounds perilous.
It's a thing.
All right, so let's talk about what we've been playing to start this episode. Did you want to go first, or did you want me to? Do you want to share something you've been playing?
I mean, every month we play on Fiercely Eclectic People. We do play a classic Traveler game. I didn't play it last month, but previous months I've been playing. Yeah, I enjoy classic Traveler.
Okay, now for the uninitiated with Traveler, I have played one shots, but I couldn't for the life of me tell you what version or whether it's classic or what edition. What do you mean when you say classic Traveler?
So I'll precede this with when I went to TravelerCon USA in 2019, there were people playing different versions of Traveler, and it was indistinguishable. As a player, I couldn't tell.
Okay.
But that said, when we talk on the server about classic Traveler, we're generally talking about the original black books, the 3 black books that were put out in the 70s by Mark Miller, not the expansion books, except for often people use one called Citizens of the Imperium because it's fun. But we generally don't include the expansions like High Guard, Mercenary, and such. So then after that, you have numerous editions, and you could talk forever just about the editions of Traveler. But if you were playing modern Traveler that Mongoose put out, you probably wouldn't be too far off. The feel is a little different, but the rules are very similar.
Okay, so if you've played Traveler, it doesn't matter if it's classic or the new. Actually, I saw there's a new 5e version of Traveler coming out as well. I saw a
so that's a whole nother thing,
that
right?
Would be different.
It's a little confusing. So it's a little confusing because there is a 5th edition of Traveler called Traveler 5 that is a sequel to Traveler 4, as you might guess, which was really called Mark Miller's Traveler, and it's different. It's a different mechanic, so it runs as a roll under system instead of a kind of trying to roll high. Now, the Traveler 5 that's coming out now. No. That's where the confusion is. No. So classic Traveler, Mega Traveler, Mongoose Traveler, and probably some other versions of Traveler, they all had the roll 2d6, add your modifiers, and try to get 8 or higher.
Okay, that's what I've played. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Traveler 4 and 5 had a look at your take your attribute, add your skill level, and then roll 3, 4, maybe 5 dice. Depend how many dice you rolled is the difficulty, and you need to get under. This new one coming out that is also called Traveler 5 is D&D 5e rules in the Traveler universe.
Oh my god.
It's a license.
That is confusing.
Right. So world's largest whatever, I'm not sure their exact name, they licensed it from Mongoose to make a game with the D20 rules. for
Right.
the Traveler universe.
So Mongoose Traveler, is that 4 and 5?
No, this is why it's very complicated. Well, I shouldn't just say no, but so Mongoose has their own editions, and they would call it Mongoose. We call it, I call it Ricky Tikki Traveler, because Mongoose, Ricky Tikki
I
Tabby
have heard you
thing.
refer to that. Yes.
So they have 1E and 2E. So they've got 2 editions they've published. GDW, Games Design Workshops, they published a bunch of the original stuff, and Steve Jackson's Games had their GURPS version, and there's been other versions. Well, Mark Miller has his own company. He's the guy who created it. Far Future Enterprises, is that right? I think that's right. And
that's just a wash in my brain.
They made Traveler 5. And that was a parallel to the Mongoose that happened at the same time, so that it's not like they're different rules, but it's the same universe.
Different rules, so not 2d6, target number 8.
Right. Traveler 5 is different. This is you almost need like a chart. You could talk forever just your Traveler editions.
I'm going to ask you one question. What version did you play? You said recently.
Classic. So
Classic Traveler.
It might be somewhat interesting that I am not an old school Traveler player. Traveler didn't exist in my area. You couldn't find the books. I don't even think I heard about it until I was an adult. So it wasn't until like 2015 I went to OSCon and somebody was running Classic Traveler, and I played in a game and fell in love with it. And now I'm a big Traveler fan, but I am not, I haven't been playing it since the 70s or anything.
Right, and what is you ran the session or you're a player?
I've done both in the last few months, yeah.
Oh, what do you prefer?
I probably prefer running games most of the time.
Control freak, eh? Okay. Now I'll ask you, because you mentioned Traveler, guess what I won?
What'd you win?
I won the Traveler Mongoose edition, I believe. Traveler Core Rulebook.
Oh, nice.
I think it's awesome. This one. I've got it on the screen. I think it's 2022. I don't know. I looked for an image of Mongoose Traveler, and there were so many different images. I wasn't sure which one to put up, but I think it's this one. Is this the Mongoose Traveler one?
Yeah, that's the latest. I think that's the latest book that Mongoose has put out.
Right, yeah, because I remember they said something about 2022. So that's why I got this. But yeah, I was watching a live stream, and on the hour they had competitions, because I think Mongoose Publishing was sponsoring them. And on the hour they had, I was actually watching, this is another funny thing. Guess what adventure I was watching? Something you've run, and I really like. It's similar to, I always call it Heroes of Hallo, but it's not that, is it? That's similar to, which game do you run again? Which campaign?
Faraway Land.
Faraway Land. Similar to Faraway Land. Zelda vibes.
Oh, Heroes of Cerulean?
Yeah, I watched a live stream of Heroes of Cerulean. That's why I was watching it. And then they mentioned they've got some giveaways from Mongoose Publishing, which I don't think is Heroes of Cerulean. So that's sort of...
No, that's not, no connection whatsoever.
Yeah, a bit weird actually, now that I think of it.
That I know of.
Yeah. And they had a competition, and I won it. So apparently it's being shipped to me.
Oh, that's cool. The Mongoose is really good. Both them, like they're so. With Mark Miller, he realizes that he's getting older, so he's shifted all the rights to Mongoose so that he has somebody he trusts to keep the legacy of Traveler alive. So they have all the rights to Classic Traveler and everything now. But he still still can make stuff and publish stuff as well. And he has there's a free version of Classic Traveler on Drive-Thru-RPG called the Facsimile Edition, and that's well worth checking out if you want to see Classic Traveler.
So essentially, Mongoose Traveler is still current, still being supported, and is going to run alongside 5E Traveler as the two modern versions of Traveler.
I guess. I don't know what'll happen with this.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that world's largest company making that 5e version.
Yeah, there has
And it,
been.
not
I
to
mean,
be
I have seen
confused
some
with Traveler
YouTube.
5, which is a completely different game.
Oh, you totally threw me with throwing that in as well. Yeah, okay. So Traveler, did you run a one shot, obviously, because you on FEP,
Yeah.
Furiously Eclectic Discord, a lot of one shots are run. Was it a module or something you made up?
I'm in the middle of making one, creating one for next month. What did I run last time? You'd think I'd remember.
I can't even find
Oh,
it.
yeah. It was a published adventure in that I took an adventure from a Kickstarter called Ray Guns and Robots, not robots, robots. That
ROB.
there was UTS, yeah, robots.
Okay.
I don't know. And it had an adventure in the back of this little zine. It was one of those zine quest things, and it had an adventure, and I converted that over to Traveler and ran that, and it went really well.
What was it called?
That's a great question. I'd have to go look at the event report.
I'm looking at the event reports. I can't even find it. Was it in April?
I don't remember when it was. I may be pulling from the
What the
past
Dead
a
Still
little
Owe?
bit. Could be. Is that one that I posted?
It says, no, Fazul posted it.
Yeah, Fazul's right. Oh, I probably played in that one.
You're not listed, so if you did, he has let you off.
Right,
Yeah.
he did Ambrosia.
I don't know, I'm going way back now. Where am I now? So I'm up to January.
maybe
No,
I'm
that
in
can't be right.
Last year.
Yeah, this wouldn't have been this year, so you haven't played this for a
Oh
while.
my gosh, was it really? Is that far back?
Well, I can't find it, so I don't know. I mean, I've gone down to January and I can't see anything you've posted in Event Report. I mean, there's plenty of Traveller games being run. Looks like Fazul ran at one as well. And then this one's got heaps of pictures run by...
Oh, Menace at Outpost Z90. It goes back a bit, so that I say recently, but that was, wow, time flies. That was August.
Jeez. Well, is that the last game you've run as a one shot?
That might be the last Traveller game I ran. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. All right. No worries. And how did it go? Do you remember?
Next month.
Remember how it went?
It went really well. It was one of those ones where you give the players a situation and they just do what they do. They completed it. It was like a success with some consequences.
Okay, and it was a 3 hour?
4 hours, I think.
4 hours. Oh, sorry, 4. Yeah, normally 4 hours. Okay, so you managed to get the adventure going and finished satisfactorily in the session, in the one shot.
That's right. Yeah,
that's always a big
with
tick.
with the Traveller time ones, I try to encourage the other referees to do that. There's always on the server, there's always this kind of debate about pre-gens or make your own characters. But I'm a big proponent of having everything just prepared and ready to just jet and go as soon as the session begins. Because if you have a reasonable, too much, like a full adventure, 4 hours is not, especially if you take a break in the middle, right? You take a 15-minute break. You probably say hi to everybody for 15, 20 minutes at the beginning. Next you've lost more than half an hour of your time.
100%. That's why I say if you can manage to run the adventure satisfactorily and feel like you had a good time and finish it, satisfactorily as well, not rush or have to cut off or extend for half an hour, an hour. That's a big challenge. I think that's one of the biggest challenges when you're running one shots, keeping to the schedule as much as there is to the time frame and making sure that, everyone gets a shot and it goes, and there's no shopping and
no shopping. That's a big thing. That I did that once in one of our worldwide monthly gamings, which we should plug. I did that once, or you were playing in that. I think it was the Tunnels and Trolls.
I deliberately said shopping to trigger you, and it did. See,
never again. I like to let people add something, like if they think they're missing something, and sometimes you give choices. You could have this equipment or this equipment. But no more shopping.
Yeah, and you did mention Worldwide Monthly Gaming, which I've put on here, just on the screen. You've got a log of games we've played so far. I didn't realize that. Good, you got a chatter, so...
Oh, that's an old log. Yeah, I have to update that.
Okay. All right, we'll delete that.
I haven't done the year in review for 2025 yet. I got sidelined.
I wonder what you've been working on. That probably is taking up some time.
I don't know.
All right, so Traveller, what did I do? Well, sticking with the Furiously Eclectic Discord, I actually played in a game as a last minute thing because I'm on leave, so I'm thinking, oh, what can I join in? And I saw a game advertised, which I'm looking for here. I think it would be under events we host, called Heroes and Henchmen.
Right.
On the event report, I'm looking. Heroes, and here it is here. Well, who did I play? Decimus von Tross. Actually, I think I've got some images here. Heroes and Henchmen. Here it is. A handy dandy intro to Heroes and Henchmen. Now, the funny thing is, right? Didn't even know what the game is. I saw some chatter on the Discord, but what caught my attention was Hackmaster 4E. Knights of the Dinner Table. I'm like, what? So I actually thought this was like a paranoia comedy type game. But then I saw, hang on, it's AD&D with crunchy bits. So my mind was blown. I'm like, what is this game? You played it?
I made a character for Heroes and Henchmen, and I showed up to the first session, and we did a little bit, but I haven't played the last few sessions.
Right, yeah, so I haven't really played a proper drop in, drop out, I guess, because it seemed like they already had some history. And when they dropped me in, I remember asking what's going on, because pretty much they were talking about stuff and I was like, I don't know what's happening here. And then someone got me up to speed, and like that we're on a barge or a boat and, you know, traveling in search of fortune through, you know, raiding tombs and artifacts and that sort of stuff. So I'm like, oh, I'm on board, no problem at all. And but the thing is, I don't think it's completed. Is it a beta test? Because he was like building it and talking a lot about 100%. The rules.
It says it in the event. Like if you look at the event event schedule, it shows that it's a beta test. We may need to make that a little more.
So event schedule. The next one is scheduled for here. The Torpay campaign. Crunchy Beards,
so look at the bottom, kind of there, where it says note. This is a play test.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, it was recorded.
Yeah, I think he's using Alistair to record.
Right. Oh, no, he did. Yes, sorry, he did run that. Yeah. So he had some regular players.
So did you never play Hackmaster 4E back in the day when it was published?
No, I remember seeing the books and I used to read the comics, but I never actually played the game. That's what actually got my attention to it. I'm like, oh, I have heard of that game, but no.
So did he tell you about it?
License to it?
He has, yes, he has the license from Kenzer and Company to make this derivative game of Hackmaster 4E called Heroes and Henchmen.
And this is DM Zerg, isn't it? I've got the picture here.
DM Zerg. And people might know him as, I think he was Foundry Dwarf in the old days on the forums.
Oh, he seemed like he had a lot. There we go. DM Zerg, Amalgamated Research Gaming Hub. Right, so he's got the rights to Heroes and Hackmaster, and he's using AD&D rules. Like he's doing a hybrid of Hackmaster and AD&D.
No. I mean, that's not incorrect, but Hackmaster 4E is a parody of AD&D 1E and 2E.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it already is AD&D with bells and whistles, and he's taking that version and trying to republish it, kind of. I mean, I'm not sure what his vision is exactly. I don't want to speak for him, but he's been involved in it since back then. So like I had interacted with him on the Kenzer & Co forums back when Hackmaster was being published.
Wow. It seems like a massive, I mean, as I said, I've never played Hackmaster, but he was rolling, don't quote me, but D6000 dice rolls, D10,000. I actually thought it was an error when I saw him rolling. I'm like, oh, he's just messing around, D10,000. And he's like, no, gets me this result, XYZ. It was just, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, like I think the critical and fumble tables were in Hackmaster were like D1000 and D10,000 and things like that. Yeah,
it was, I mean, I've played in some cons and online games where the GM has said out the front, this game is going to be created randomly through tables and encounters. And I didn't like it. It was just all disjointed.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Maybe it's not the skill. You need a bit of skill to blend it in, maybe. But the way he did it, it did seem. If he hadn't told me that, if I didn't know that's what he was doing, it would have. He made it very seamless. Like, it wasn't disjointed. The only disjointed part was, which I found funny, but at the start, our boat was somewhere on this massive. Like, this is just a small portion of it. Like, this massive world he's doing through a hex crawl, and because I wasn't sure where we even were, I wasn't making any contributions because he was asking, where do you want to go next? And then one of the players said, oh, we want to sail, say southwest or something. He said, I want to sail southwest around the coast here. And he was pointing to the map. And then the DM Zwergs started laughing and said, oh, you've chosen the only place that I actually haven't mapped. And so, being on the fly GM, I guess, he started mapping it. He started creating it, the terrain. But then when the players got, when they realized, oh, hang on, we don't want to cause, not waste time, but, we don't want to cause any of that sort of, as you go. I mean, he was happy to do it. I was so glad he decided not to in the end, because I was like, I don't want to just sit here watching you create this map and stuff. But then we decided, no, we'll go in the other direction that already has been created.
Yeah.
But it's a living world, I guess. You can pretty much travel you want, because he spoke a bit about it in the event report, how he rolled on some table and he got the same result 3 times, because they mentioned there were dragons. They found this grey dragon. And I was like, oh, wow, you're meeting dragons, I'm like, this is high level. And then when we arrived on a beachhead, a grey dragon appeared, and the player was like, oh, that's XYZ. We saw that grey dragon. And DM's were going, no, it's a different grey dragon. But he rolled he got the same result.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was good, because he ran the game, but he also gave us an insight into what he was doing to create it, I guess, for his learning as well. And, yeah. I didn't do anything. I think I was skilled in horsemanship or something. And I had my own
Did he give you a pre-gen, or did you make a character?
Scrooge. I said, is there a pre-gen? And Scrooge gave me, I don't know if it's one of his pre-gens or something, but Scrooge sent me a link, and so I told DM's work, I'm happy to play this character because I don't really know anything about it. So I played this human skirmisher who owned... I didn't realize actually at the start that we had an entourage. Only during the session, he kept mentioning, oh, what do you want to do with your entourage, or your... What did he call them? I can't remember. There was a name for the people that work for us. And then it only dawned on me that I had more than what I had, like 8 horses under my care. And I had a sapper. And then when I was like, oh, hang on, it's not just us heroes. He said, no, there's 40 of you. You've got a crew of 40. But even that, was like, it starts making you think, oh, wow, how do you manage all this? Like, I don't know. I assume he had a list of who these 40 people were somewhere. So it was just really big. Yeah. I mean, it was, it was just like, from a GM's perspective, seeing what he was doing in the background, I was like, wow, this seems a lot. It was different.
I remember my brother's quite a bit older than me, and them having these big expeditions where they would have like 40 or 50 characters, so there may only be 4 heroes, but everyone else NPCs that are all part of this entourage that are going to fight some great beast or do something. Or
what system was that?
AD&D.
AD&D. Oh, okay. And I've never played anything that's had like armies or big entourages. Oh, actually, I think you ran Tunnels and Trolls, and did we have a group with us? Because there was some mass combat.
Not the one I ran.
No. Oh, okay.
Alex ran one once, so I don't know what went on in his.
Yeah. Okay. So that was good. I mean, one of the things I try and do is play different types of games. If I'm going to run in a one shot and there's 3 available, I'll always choose the one I haven't played with. So long as it's more your traditional RPG and not a collaborative world building, narrative, storytelling focused one, I'll be fine trying anything.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I did play what was it? Oh, Golden Sky Stories, which was a new experience for me a little while ago.
Wow. Okay,
on,
where did you play that? I have heard of that. Tell me. Talk to me.
Raspy
Golden-
Raven. I
Oh
played
yeah,
it
they have
on the
a
Raspy
lot of
Raven,
games.
which I think is a UK based
Yeah.
server, I think.
They always have games. I mean, they have so many games running, but when I look at the times, they're all 4 a.m., 5 a.m. my time. So I don't really get involved.
Yeah.
But tell me about, what's it called again?
There.
Golden Sky Stories.
Golden Sky Stories.
Why did you sign up to that?
It's a jet.
Without being disparaging.
I was interested. I think I originally bought the game because I thought my significant other would be interested in playing it because it's Japanesey, where you kind of play these animals, the kind of anthropomorphic kind of animal.
Yeah.
It's more complex. I'm not an expert enough to really explain it. I just was interested in playing it before I tried to run it.
Yes, and tell me,
it was
how
a
does the
very
system
interesting
work?
experience. It's a collaborative kind of storytelling experience, but it's not anywhere.
Shiver.
It's not really like Powered by the Apocalypse or anything like that. It's very. I don't even know.
So when
how
you
to
say
explain it, to
narrative,
be
what, you're
honest.
building the world together? When you say narrative, what do you mean by that?
No, the world and the adventure were kind of set by the GM, but we had fair narrative control over what we were doing, more so than you would probably expect in a normal role-playing game.
Example?
Like you might pick. I don't think I can give you an example. You keep putting me on the spot.
I'm trying to delve into why I wouldn't want to play this. I mean, it sounds like a normal RPG from what you're saying. Was there dice?
Yes, there was dice, but I don't think they were that important.
A heartwarming, non-violent role-playing game. So there's no combat, obviously. Or...
Yeah, that's right. It's not really about combat or anything. It's more about your choices and, yeah. It was so different that I'm not sure that I can put it into words. But yeah, we just went on a kind of an adventure in the woods with as some animals, and in the end, honestly, I had a good time.
What did you have to do when you say you went on an adventure? What was the objective? Was there an objective?
I'm regretting bringing this up now.
You're doing a great job to promote it, because you're telling me you would run it.
Yes, I think I will run it. There's actually
Okay.
a standard fantasy version of it that's out too. I can't remember what it's called offhand, which I've also considered running.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Would you play in it again?
Yes, for sure. I would like to play in it again. The difference, I guess, between it and, say, Powered by the Apocalypse is they didn't gamify all the kind of, like, say, Powered by the Apocalypse seems to kind of gamify all the narratives, where the narratives really, it was more of a storytelling game, but there was a guideline with the GM, and you kind of did what your character did. But my memory is not so good on what exactly happened now.
Give me one last question.
Because it was on a different server, I don't have an event report or anything.
No, it didn't sound like anything happened. No, I'm being facetious. Give me an example of what you would have made a dice roll for.
I can't. But let me.
I don't know why you're on this show, because you're not contributing at all. All right, let's see. So you've played a game from like a year ago, and you also played a game you can't remember. So it's 0 from 2 for Kersus, although he does have a very good Discord server that does run games. So that's your saving grace that you do have that server. Yeah, you're welcome. And other than, if I jump back just quickly to what I've been doing, other than online, I've tried to do as many in-person games as I can. And one in-person game I played at my local RSL, our community role-playing club, the Melbourne East, because I'm in Melbourne East role-playing community. I played a game of Mothership. Have you played Mothership?
Yes.
Thoughts? Online, in person?
Only online.
Thoughts?
My thoughts on Mothership? I like the style. I like the the ambience around the adventures and the few very good adventures that I've found, but the rules themselves don't seem significantly better than, say, just running the same adventure with Traveler or Faraway Land or Legendary Adventure.
Well, one of the key things they rely on that its point of difference is the stress mechanism, stress and panic. No, that's a key concept of it.
Yeah, and I think that what I ran into after we were running it as a monthly game for a while, the loosely interconnected one-shot type idea.
Oh, you played it a lot then.
The panic, I don't know that I would say a lot, but a bit. But we found that the fear and panic, if you use it rules as written, ultimately never really impacted anything in the games I played.
Never really
like you'd get some kind of problem that would, affect you if you were in a campaign, but not in that specific session.
Okay.
And it wasn't as deadly as I expected either.
Yeah, interesting. Well,
I ran it for you. You know I've played it because I ran it for you. And
well, your games aren't very memorable, so I can't even remember what even happened, to be honest. Oh, hang on. I do remember. It was some electricity creature, and I activated the water. I remember activating the sprinkler system. Was that it? We arrived on a base to pick up. We were just supposed to pick up some cargo. But then when we arrived there, the base was sort of in a panic because I think some people can't remember what the adventure was called.
Somebody had gone missing. And
yeah.
You guys had some interconnection. Some of the players had some interconnection. Some of them were somebody was swapping in to work, and somebody knew somebody. And I don't remember all the connections offhand.
Ipsilon. It was something to do with
Haunting of Ipsilon 14, 13.
Yes.
I don't remember the number, but
yeah. There was some creature that I think we died. I think I died.
It could be. Well, brutal. So the memorable part for me was one of the players deciding, you know what, I'm going to take off all my protective gear and climb up into an air shaft while something is murdering people that you don't know what it is, and then was surprised when they got attacked. And then they yelled for help, and nobody else wanted to. Like, I'm not going in there.
Didn't we drag them really back? They were tied with some rope or something?
I think they died, but I don't recall.
Okay.
Maybe they did get dragged back.
Where was it?
But the problem in that specific... Well, I don't want to spoil the adventure if someone else wants to play it, because there...
true.
There is a trick why that happened that is part of the adventure. And I think when some people want there to always be this idea of, well, I want to know that there's a risk before I do something. Well, I couldn't really present that as in that situation because there's no way you'd see it coming.
But are you the sort of GM that if that the dice fall with MA, if a character is going to die, well, that's it, they're dead? Or do you try to...
I am now. I've evolved into that. I wasn't like that in the 90s. I would save characters constantly. I fudged so many rolls in the 90s that I'm making up for it now as best I can.
Yeah, I mean, character death can still be a bit prickly though. I've had some scenarios where people have not been happy.
Tell me, has that been prickly for you in the past? Has that? I don't
mind dying. I like it when death.
I have actually played in 2 games on the server where I have actively tried to die. The whole adventure trying to die, and the GM kept saving me. And I was like, why can't I die? Like, not to ruin it, but I was just, and I'm not trying to, I wasn't doing things the character wouldn't do. I was playing a heroic kind of character that would jump in the face of danger. And so I was just doing that. But I was maybe doing it a little more emphatically. And just to see if I could push the boundaries and maybe get my character
push the boundaries of the system or push the boundaries of the GM.
Oh, totally pushing the GM, 100%. And a great GM, one of my favorite GMs that I've ever played with. But I really wanted to I stopped doing that. I did that twice just to see what would happen if I did this.
Wow, and I assume you failed. then. You didn't die.
I did not die in those attempts. I have died since then because I told him about it. And when he realized I had actively tried to die and failed, he has killed me in a later adventure.
Question then, have you ever had a player that says, I want to die? Like, secretly?
The closest I've ever come is I had a character in my campaign, in my weekly campaign that is into session 240. I don't think we've mentioned in this.
Let's go into it now. So you're running a campaign at the moment?
But they stepped into a trap that was one of those, the walls just squeeze in, and it's really I give you a roll or die. I think I gave like 2 opportunities. Oh, you hear something, the walls look like they're moving. What do you do? Oh, I just stand and look. Like, I don't remember the exact, I'd have to look at the session diary. But they didn't move, and then they failed their roll, and they died. And
this is in a campaign.
Afterwards, yes, this was in a campaign.
Ooh, bit heavier consequences.
But I didn't want anybody to know, so I didn't tell him you're dead. He just collapsed, or you know, when the walls came apart, he was just there. None of them knew how to figure out if somebody was alive or dead. Other things were going on, and there was action happening, and so things weren't clear. And he mentioned to me, he said, it's okay if this character dies.
As in privately or publicly?
I forget, but yeah, he mentioned it. It may have been private, but it may have been public. He was just kind of, I think, just giving me if I did something to get my character killed, it's okay.
So you got consent. Yeah, I mean, I
guess I did after the fact, mind you.
Yeah, I mean, I have tried to remember to put in all of my games potential character death, especially the online ones, but when I was running in person, both myself and my co-GM who ran other games, we both decided that even though we said there can be character death, that if they did fall to the negative, which would be dead by the rules, we were going to just say that they could be revived. So
one of the things that Faraway Land has in it is, and probably other games as well, it has, you know, you die at like whatever your level is minus hit points. So if you're level 2, you can be -2, -3, you're dead. But it has this optional rule called Battle Scar, where you can die, but instead of dying, you take a battle scar, and that could be mental, and it has to be big, like lopping your arm off big, and you can live.
So whose choice is that? Players?
Player. Yeah.
But the scar, is that a significant penalty in terms of their abilities? Oh,
yes, but yeah,
that's a tough one.
It would be a significant penalty in some way.
Is it a game that would allow you to regain that back?
Yeah, I would always allow them to.
You take that. You take that. Sure. You take that. Okay, so right, so really in your campaign, which I've just got on the screen now, over 240 episodes played of the heroes of Hallo from Faraway Land. How many deaths? Or is there a tile for death?
No, I haven't put that up.
No mortuary.
But there was a running. Once I get, there's a whole bunch of episodes where I haven't uploaded them yet, where at the end I tallied NPCs the heroes haven't killed, and I should say NPC allies the heroes haven't killed, because they were this campaign taught me something. Never try to give a group a useful ally. They can find them on their own.
Never. What was that again? This is a tip for everyone at home.
Never try to give the group a useful. Never try to give the group a useful ally.
Why not?
So, for example, in this situation, they actually kidnapped a guy off a ship, and it's a story on its own. And the guy was a bit of a drunk, but he was, in my mind, I thought, oh great, I didn't see it coming, but I'm going to use this guy and make him a font of information. He is a scholar. He knows everything about Faraway Land. They can just ask him, and I can just feed them free information. And they killed him.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You didn't plan for them to need him. You were just seeing it as an opportunity.
True.
Yeah. What about the ones where you do need them not to die? They're the ones I worry about when you have an NPC.
I don't have anybody.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's expendable.
Everyone's expendable. So,
oh, that's good.
But the interesting thing about this character was, sure, I didn't plan
Who was
to
it?
take the character.
Are they in here? I search.
Surreal, Sareal, might be in there. Yeah, I'm not sure I haven't put all the information in because his episodes haven't happened yet. He's there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we didn't plan this, folks.
I haven't uploaded
We're just testing. We're testing Kersus's world lore here. Oh, there you go.
So here's the thing that happened, though.
Mystery.
Is I wanted to make him seem human, like very, have flaws and be important and cool and have information, but not be too good. So he was a drunk, and he was a drunk because he had these, this past that he, had some angst over. So he drank to kind of drown the bad things in his past. That was kind of the character, but he had a lot of information. And one of the characters asked him, "Are you good?"
But they kidnapped him.
And he said, "No." They did kidnap him, yes. It's complicated, right? Like all real life things.
But they kidnapped him use?
Well, no. So what happened was they were in a boat. They were fleeing an island they had previously shipwrecked on, and they were about to get crashed into by a much larger boat. They jumped on the larger boat, grabbed him, jumped off back onto their boat. The larger boat didn't care because it was moving at a fair clip, and it was... it sounds ridiculous when you try and tell it like that, but it's a longer story. But it was a very impulsive thing to take him. And so I don't think they meant to kidnap him. They just took him because they thought maybe he was in trouble on the ship, and so they took him.
Oh, okay, right. They weren't sure what his role was. They thought we just better grab this guy. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. And I had no idea. Like, the ship was just something that was traveling by. Yeah.
That's the great thing when you GM.
But I did know
players
the
do something you don't expect.
It's my favorite. It's a funny thing how much you prepare, and I'm a preparer. I like to prepare, but I have the most fun when they just take a left turn.
Yeah. I have to... I actually, no, I don't like that. I like it when they stay the course. Just two things quickly on that. One, I would prepare as well. And that's probably why I don't like... Maybe because I'm not as good with ad-libbing, I'm not sure. But, when they stray the course... I used to, when I used to run games, do a lot of, is it called verisimilitude? You sort of describe a lot of things. Verisimilitude, yeah.
Verisimilitude would be staying within the reality of that you created.
So two things. I remember once there was a one shot where I described, I think it was a frog or something, a funny looking frog. And it was just description. There was nothing else. And for some reason, maybe it was because I gave it too much weight, the players went off and they tried to hunt down this frog. And I was like, oh my God. It was literally, the whole time I kept thinking, how do I get them back on track? I know that's very railroad. The railroad is, there we go. That's terrible. But it was literally, it totally threw me. And I was thinking, do I just say that, look, this frog has nothing to do? But I didn't. I tried to keep it, keep it in the sense of it, but it just wrecked me. I didn't like but my colleague, my co-GM who does Age of Adventure, I remember him running adventures and I'm like, oh, can you show me your notes? Because this was really good, etc. He literally had half a page with 3 bullet points.
Yeah.
And I was like, no!
Yeah,
no way!
I need to have things more fleshed out, but sometimes, I have them just fleshed out in my head and not written down anywhere. And that's why sometimes, when you ask me a question about a game I've run, I ran this fantastic, I'm really happy with, this Halloween adventure that was this was for this campaign, but I did a kind of open table. I allowed anybody who wanted to join in and play in my Halloween adventure.
Did I play in that one?
And
I have played Faraway Land.
I don't remember.
I've played in 1 or 2 Faraway Lands. I remember something with pumpkins.
It was in the Harvest Gaming Week last October.
Okay. Yeah.
So that went well, but a lot of that was in my head. So the event report is my record. I don't remember exactly what happened, but what happened in that adventure is in our campaign. Yeah, there should be an event report.
Oh, after the fact? Or you mean it was in your campaign and you were recollecting it to run the adventure?
No, that was a campaign adventure. That was our adventure number, whatever, 220 something or something like that.
Yeah, you'd already run it before you did the one shot.
No, I've never run it before.
Oh,
that was part of that was the next the like we went from the week before to that one, and then we continued on. Like
is this
that
it
was
here?
an adventure that, yeah, that what does it? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't play in it. Harvester of Souls. I'm not
Harvest
there.
Gaming. Yes. So that was it. It says episode 220 of the campaign. So is that not what it says there?
Yeah, it does at the top. You had a lot of players. 6 players, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
For convention one
Look at these
shots, I like
illustrations.
6 players.
You drew these?
No. I modified some of them are straight up Dirk Stanley's art. Some of them are that's mine. But I didn't draw it. That's
Really?
AI.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
I needed something like that.
Yeah, apologies to all the anti-AIs out there. This is just for our local
one's
games.
Not, go back one.
One?
Sorry, go back to the. So one more. So that I'm not sure. That was
What's that?
written by the or drawn by the friend of Dan Cross, and I'm not sure exactly who it was.
For this game?
But it comes from a. No, it's for a game called the Eldritch role-playing game. But I wanted that piece of art for the adventure.
Yeah. Well, you got to use.
So I borrowed
use
it.
whatever you can. Yeah, a bit of AI.
But that one,
Yeah, I
the
like
Charlie
the
Brown
Faraway
one.
Land. The images are cool.
What do you like?
I like the artwork for Faraway Land. Yeah, it's sort of very nice. It's comic style, but still fantasy, which is.
Well, some of that is not Dirk Stanley. Some of that is me riffing off of a Dirk Stanley piece of art. Yeah, so that one with the like the kind of flail mace in the Clockwork's hand, that I altered some of his art.
Altered as in redrew it.
Digitally, but
wow,
it's his style, but that's not actually his. I
understand. Yeah,
but it's based on his style, and it looks pretty good because it looks a lot like his stuff.
Yeah, I would have scrolling through. I would have thought that's just straight out of Faraway Land. So credit to you on that one. So what you mentioned, if we now go to what we're planning, did you say you're planning to run an adventure? What's coming up for you?
I did have some stuff I was planning. Oh, I have an adventure next month. So next month I'm running Traveler Time. So I'm going to do that one.
I did say that, which I accidentally signed up for because I was looking for a game to play this week and I saw it said Friday the 15th or something. I don't know. The day, I don't know. My brain was. And I'm like, oh, cool. You're running a game on Friday.
You pulled an Adrian. What more can we expect?
But where is it? It'll be under...
It'd be under event schedule.
Event schedule.
It'd be the May 1S Traveler. It'd be the one
May
right above.
14. Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always the second Thursday. Well, in our time zone. It's just the one right above. You
there we
click
go.
on it, yeah.
Yeah, so why did I think was Friday? Yeah, I saw Friday and just thought we were in May. There you go. And that's a one shot. Is that an adventure
for you
module?
It's a Friday, for me it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually gonna try my hand at doing something from scratch. I've already got it kind of worked out.
Tell me, what's your I'm always interested in the thinking behind having a blank canvas.
In this case, I wouldn't say I do the same thing every time. So in this case, I had an idea and I just started extrapolating, and then I started running into this. Okay, well, how do I keep them, because it's a 4-hour thing? How am I going to keep them from A to Z and yet give them options so they feel like they can do anything they want? And I want them to be able to do anything they want. So there's 3 or 4 plot lines, but there is a time limit. That's one of the things. And one of the things I learned from some other Traveler adventures is having a time limit. So there was an adventure called, you know what, I won't use the name, where the atmosphere is corrosive. So in order to get free, you have to complete the adventure before your suits deteriorate so much you all die. So you have a time limit, so you have to complete, so you can't dilly-dally, you can't, well, what's over here? You have to...
It creates urgency. But let me ask you about time limit. Is that a real time limit or a time limit in the game?
In a one-shot, I kind of do it both. So I would work it like halfway through the session is half the time. Like each hour probably is a quarter of the time you have left. So at the 4-hour mark, you will all die if you haven't completed the adventure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that you can't lose when you run a one-shot like that, because everyone knows that at that time it has to be done. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking a time-based adventure, and what's the concept? Have you gone so far as to determine what is the objective, or?
Yeah, it's a basic
Without
traveler
giving
idea where
spoilers?
they're delivering. Yeah, I don't want to give spoilers, but they're delivering cargo, and of course, in order to, like, they have to deliver the cargo and fuel up at the station, and there's nowhere else to fuel up, so they have to.
Is Traveller
find out
horror?
This one is
a
horror.
Mystery.
Yes.
Oh, horror. So it's a mystery or just survival?
No, it's a mystery. Horror mystery, yeah.
Mysteries are hard, man. I don't know. That's another thing that I always... Some players just, I don't know, oh, maybe it's the GM.
Well, put it this way. There is a mystery. They don't have to solve the mystery to succeed.
To succeed. They just have to get off the station then by the time.
Yeah. I made sure, so in this one in specific, while people can make their own characters or use pre-gens, it doesn't matter to me because I made this neat character generator.
Really?
They can.
You created one?
I'm going to make sure each character has a...
Where's the generator?
Each character has a reason, like something that's going to pop up in that adventure that's connected to that character and their background. I will have to reload. Oh, I can't copy that because I need to.
It's not in Discord. It's not in your server. Because you've got a Traveller category.
Oh yeah, it's in the server. But let me send you the link.
Oh,
because it's worth showing. I'd love to get feedback from people on it. I'll send it to you in Quest Portal here if I can get back in. Chat, sorry.
That's all right. While you're doing that, got a few minutes left to go through this generator. Let's have a look. Here we go. This generator. This is something you don't muck around when you create things, do you? Look at the style.
This
of
one
man.
I'm quite proud of. I do like this one. Yeah.
Wow, man. Have you got a background in web page design or something, or what? You don't
not
just
so much web page
design.
I can code a bit. Yeah.
That's okay.
My knowledge is from like 30 years ago, so I'm trying to catch up.
Your knowledge of coding.
Yeah, I mean, right. Yeah, I haven't done any like coding like professionally for like 30 years, so it's the idea of procedures and how you go about things is all the same. But
how long will it take to create one? How much time would you have to give yourself?
If you leave it auto roll, let me look at it on a bigger screen so I can see the options.
So this orange border is what you've selected. Skills are picked randomly.
Yeah, just click begin
term.
Yeah.
Turn off to choose your table. Okay. So I can ignore everything under here because I'm doing auto. And go straight to begin generation. All right.
Yeah.
Step 1, characteristics. Roll d6 for each characteristics. Roll.
Yep. Just click roll.
High is better, isn't it?
For sure, yeah.
What's C? What number's that? Doesn't make any sense.
So it's a modified hexadecimal system. So because you can't have a 10, so 10 is A, 11 is B, 12 is C.
I don't remember that. Okay. All right, accept that. Career enlistment
And then you can
is...
pick which career you want.
Let's go... Marine Booyah! Go Marines. I like shock troops. I like that.
And
Boarding parties. Okay. Attempt enlistment.
Go for attempt
This is
enlistment.
what I don't get with Traveller. I've never played where... I've never created a character. I've always used like pre-gens, but I have heard you can die. Is this what's happening here?
It can absolutely happen here.
Yeah.
And you can fail enlistment and get drafted. So
Here we go.
go ahead and
Fail,
you see you failed. So you've been drafted, but you got drafted into the Marines anyway, which is a possibility in the rules.
So I tried to enlist
So it has
in
all
the
the
Marines.
stats above it.
I tried to enlist in the Marines. They said no, but then they drafted me anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not uncommon when you're not using the expanded careers. So you hit begin
All right,
service.
Let's go. Begin my service. The first term, 1822. What am I doing here? Why is it taking me through terms? I've already created my...
So what you've got the stats. You know that you're in the Marines. You haven't served, and you got characters not created yet because what Traveller starts with you as a retired character starting your adventure as Travelers. So you are currently 18.
I didn't know
and
that.
You need to.
Did not know
So you're
that.
going to serve a 4-year term from 18 to 22, and you automatically get blade combat at 1 because you're in the Marines. So you've been trained.
First term.
In the Cutlass, so you get that. Now you get a choice, and you can kind of hover over to see what the options are, but they're going to be random, so you can pick which table you're going to roll on, but you can't pick what the skill is. Now advanced is rare. It's only because you have a high education. You get the advanced the second one, not that one. That one's just because your education level is high. So the second advanced education is not available to everyone going through.
But it's available to me.
Smart. Yeah. So those ones are special for that character. Yeah, whichever table you want.
Oh, I'm going to try.
So you got admin. You're an administrator.
Come on, man.
You get another
What
skill.
happened to... Anyway, next skill. Here we go. Maybe
and
something
you can
else.
Pick which table you want there as well.
Let's table. Pick 2 of 2. Pick a table. Oh yeah, I'll go service skills. Has he selected it, or I'm selecting it?
This is a cat. So you got a vehicle. So it's a cascading skill, which there aren't many of them, but there are a few. So you have to pick which kind of vehicle you want. If you pick aircraft or watercraft, the little arrow means it cascades, and you have to pick a specific. Now that doesn't mean like
choose
if you
one type of vehicle, not all of these vehicles.
Yes, right. You have to pick one.
So
but if you're good at one, you're one less good at the rest of them. So you're going to get a 1, you'd be a 0 in the others.
Okay, I'll get this.
Go ahead, yeah. So there you go, vehicle, tracked vehicle, and then you click continue.
I'm now 22.
You can choose to muster out now, or you can try to re-enlist. It's a push your luck game because you can die. So when you go to re-enlist, there's a survival roll, and you could die, or you can muster out. But if you
is the survival roll based on any of the skills or random?
It is absolutely based on one of your attributes.
Which one?
But it doesn't tell you, does it? It tells you at the beginning screen when you look at Marine. It tells you what the survival rolls are at the beginning.
Do you
but
know
I don't have it
off the top of your head?
I don't.
No,
I run through these so often just as a game.
I'm going to assume it's going to be endurance as a... I'm going to try and re-enlist. I'm going to try and get another service skill. Oh, it's always vehicles.
Well, yeah, you got vehicles again.
So I've got a tank, APC, aircraft. I'll do it.
So if you pick the same one again, it'll go from a 1 to a 2.
Oh, okay. I can't go back. Oops.
No, you can't go back.
Okay.
Because this one's random. There is if you turn random off, then you can pick your stuff. But by
skill.
By the real
I get
rules,
another skill.
Like yeah, it depends. So sometimes you get promotions. It'll tell you.
That's better. Vac-suit.
Vac-suit is very important skill to have. So if you look, see under term 2, you've got survived. You were promoted to lieutenant. You got a commission.
Oh, here we go. I'm happy with that.
You got gun combat.
Why are my skills negative? Is it because it's lower the better?
So that's a holdover from Classic Traveller. I don't like it visually, but they always used a -1 for skill level 1. So a -2
it's
is
not
not
negative.
really a negative.
Okay.
No,
So high is better.
it's the way they did it though. But if you
All
look
right,
at
let's,
the terms now, it tells you what happened. So whether you survived, whether you were promoted, whether you were commissioned, and then the skills you picked.
Oh, here we go. Yep, sorry. It doesn't tell you here which skill it used for survival, though, still, does it? I still don't know which of my attributes actually help that. Commission. Huh. All right, I'm going to muster out, just given the time. Muster out.
Okay.
Oh, more. Benefits or cash?
I would
choose one.
benefits. I mean, you can only you're going to get 3 rolls. It says right. There's 3 rolls remaining.
Oh
3.
yeah.
So you can you can only have cash once. Usually, anyway. Like you might want to do 1 cash. I mean, I guess you can take up to 3 total, but benefits give you possibly
education. Not interested
for
in that.
one-shots.
Education.
I almost never
Rubbish.
use cash because what do you?
Come on,
why
it's got to
would
be
you want
something
cash
better.
for a
Yeah, that's
one-shot?
better.
Oh, you got a weapon.
Ah,
so now
beautiful.
notice when you look at your weapons, it lets you know that you have a skill in cutlass, beside cutlass. So
Oh, nice. I'm gonna go that.
you may want to grab a cutlass.
Yeah. All right. Name and background. That's fine. Ryan Crane. Bryn Crane. Ryan. Born on the Dusty Frontier world. Did you type these in?
It's randomly
description?
generated.
From a table in the
no.
game book?
No, they're just randomly generated. It pulls it together. I need to finish that part. I haven't completed that.
Let's see what the character sheet looks like. Whoa! Okay, how do you export this then? Is it a PDF? Or what is it?
So you can generate for Discord. You could snip that like using the snipping tool, or you can generate for Discord.
Yeah, you could just.
This is designed for me to use in Discord.
Wow. Okay, where is this for people to use it? Oh, do generate?
Yeah, do the generate so you can see what because it'll turn it all to text, and then it automatically copies it to your clipboard.
All right, we'll go to Discord,
and then you can just paste it in Discord.
There's a character sheet thing I can put it in, or just anywhere?
Why don't you just put it in the pre-podcast chatter?
Okay, I'll do that
for now.
Where's that? Here we go. Let's see what it looks like, folks. Get ready. A world first, live generator, and I probably could attach an image to that as well. You know, if I had like an image.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a look how it comes out. 2 terms, drafted, blade. Oh yeah, cutlass. There it is. Yeah, the dash is a bit weird, but
it is a bit weird. But it also tells you beside the weapon.
What does that mean? Strength 7 minus.
Weapon
minus. Strength 7.
So
2.
if your strength is 7 or less, I can't remember if it's 7 or less than 7, then you get a -2 to use it. If your strength's 11 or higher, you get a +2 when you use it.
Oh, hang on. So that is a minus. It's not just a dash.
Well, in the strength thing, yeah.
Oh,
but that's
man.
me putting it in.
I don't know, like that.
Yeah.
And what you got to remember what these are. How you have like
That's called the UPP. So the idea is to be able to create concise character sheets. This one looks longer than a normal character sheet because I added a bunch of information like that whole service thing you wouldn't need that in your character sheet. That's just for your records. You could delete all that and just have your skills, like your first 3 lines, your skills, and that's all you need really. So you need 5 lines of data and you're good to go.
Where's my skill, to use my, hang on. Oh, there's my skills for vehicles, up here. Helicopter, track vehicle. This was just the record of the service.
Yeah,
service
that's just
history.
A record.
Yeah,
Some people like them,
so it's pretty much
record in there, but it's not
pretty
necessary.
much your skills here, and then your bonuses here, on a better term.
So I wouldn't say skills for the UPP. That's your attributes, like strength,
and then your
dexterity,
skills.
endurance.
Yeah.
And then your skills are there, yeah.
Very good, my friend. Very good. Wow. And you're still working on that?
It is located at Yeah. When I'm not doing my current project, I go back to it. the big thing is I haven't added all the aliens. So I have Aslan and Varger in there. I have the Cody supplement, and I've added a bunch of house rules. So you can do something as a GM. You could use it. You could say, I want a preset number of terms with it, and say every character pre-gen is going to have 4 terms. They're going to survive 4 terms no matter what. And you can just make characters. So there's a bunch of ways to use it as a GM and as a player.
Wow, there you go. And
But
guys, you can
you
get all of this on the Furiously Eclectic Discord. I don't know where the invite link is, but I'll paste it in the YouTube when I find it. I'll paste it in the YouTube notes or description.
It's discord.furiouslyeclectic.com/traveler.html, but yeah.
Oh, but if they go to the Discord server, they'll be able to find it too. They join a few.
Yeah, there's
I'm sure.
it's in the
Yeah, I'll post all the stuff anyway in there. All right, well, I think that pretty much covers it, because I think we have gone over a little bit over the hour. So I'd like to thank you, Dwight /Kersus, for coming on board and sharing your knowledge and everything that you're working on in the world of TTRPGs. Any last words?
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate being here and being invited to the stream. It was a lovely chatting with you.
Excellent. When you get a chance, send me an image and I'll add you to the tavern as a guest. And for everyone else, until we meet again, happy adventuring.